Hello and welcome
to the final
World's Strongest Man
Super Series qualifier.
From Milic, Poland. This is my country.
So we're here in Milic, Poland for the final tour date of the World's Strongest Man Super Series. Now, that means there's only 4 more places up for grabs for our strongmen to qualify and get to China and the World's Strongest Man contest later in the year. So, we've got some good strongmen here, Sven. You've obviously won World's Strongest Man before. What do you think of these guys?
Colin, we have a group of athletes from all over the world. It's going to be so interesting to see who will take the last places to go to China. But I have to tell you one thing, it's going to be very tough to beat Marius in his home country now.
So, that's of course Mariusz Pudzianowski. For the uneducated and strongman, he is 3 times World's Strongest Man and the current World's Strongest Man on home soil. And I have to say, the man is in physical condition like we've never seen before. But Sven, tell me, is there ever any trickery or fakery in all of this strongman?
Fake, Colin. The only thing fake here is your tan. Let's take a look at what Marius have done the last years. Fake? You think this is fake? Enough of this. Let's take a look at the athletes.
11 athletes from all over the globe, and one rather famous referee here too. From Grenada, 40 years old, we have Mark Felix. The giant from Estonia, Tarmo Mitt. From the north of England, the under 105 kilo champion, Darren Sadler. Europe's Strongest Man from 2005, from Poland, Jarek Dymek. From Latvia, a former World's Strongest Man competitor, Rabis Vidzis. From the north of Ireland, he's All-Ireland champion, Brian Irwin. Living in the shadow of Magnus Samuelsson, it's Sweden's number 2, Robert Brolin. Over 2 meters tall, 6'7", the giant shot putter from Poland, Sebastian Benta. New to the international scene, formerly of Albania, now from Great Britain, Jimmy Marku. One of 4 great Poles at this competition, Slavomir Tojcek. And let's not forget the great man, 3 times World's Strongest Man, Mariusz Pudzianowski. And our referee for today, twice World's Strongest Man himself, Mr. Joka Ahola. On to the first event then, it's the Bowflex Farmer's Walk. 300 kilos, 150 kilos in each hand, and it's Jarek Dymek of Poland drawn up against Mark Felix of Grenada. I spoke to Mark earlier in the day to catch up with his thoughts.
You know, coming from Grenada and ending up in Blackburn, it's just something else, you know. Who would have thought I would end up in Blackburn someday? Self-employed builder plus just keep me fit, always work 5 or 6 days a week and still manage to train, you know, 4 or 5 times a week. You know, it's a lot of work for me, plus, you know, with the 3 kids, with my wife, my big dog. You know, it's a lot for me, so yeah, I love it. Yeah, I enjoy traveling Eastern Europe, you know, doing this strongman, it's giving me opportunity to go around, see the world more, meet different people. You know, with the likes of Marius and guys like Magnus Samuelsson and those guys, you know, true strongman are able to meet those guys. I think it's great, you know. No, Marius, he never worried me in any show whatsoever. You know, I came up against him in a few shows and he never worried me. He never make me get nervous with his presence or anything. I'm just, you know, I just always feel that I could beat him in a show. I like Farmer's Walk. His favorite events. You know, it just comes so natural to me because I just had a natural strength. And I just pick it up and I go with it like there was nothing there.
but he's going to have to go like it's nothing there, because Jarek Dimick is an incredible athlete and he's on home soil. Well, look at this from Felix. The man who wears a camouflage kilt in competition. He competed in Scotland a couple of years ago and got inspired there. Makes him feel like a warrior, he says. Well, he's managing to do very well here. He's really put a lot of distance between himself and Jarek Dimick. And let's not forget, Dimick's one of the best in the world. Well, 22.14 seconds. Very impressive by Felix. And that's compared to the time of Dimick, 24.4. That brings out our next pairing. Darren Sadler, 27 years old, from the north of England. He was second in the under 105 kilo class World Championships of Strongman. He goes head-to-head with Slavomir Tojcek, one of our 4 great Poles in this contest. 300 kilos in total, that's 660 pounds. It's a little like having a fully laden fridge freezer in either hand, if you can imagine that. Goodness knows how many suitcases that is. And a little stumble there from Slavomir Tojcek, but he managed to recover and he's charging for the line here. Remember, 22 seconds to beat. Well, way outside of that. Mark Felix holds on to the lead, and look at Sadler. People are asking, because he's that bit smaller than the other guys, having come from the lighter weight category, has he got the power to live with the big boys? Well, I think Sadler probably does. Manages it in 46.64 seconds, a decent time. Our next pairing, Jimmy Marcoux of Great Britain, up against the man from Northern Ireland, Belfast to be exact, Brian Irwin. Brian's All Ireland's strongest man. So Marcoux in the far lane. Comes from bodybuilding as a sport and Albania as a country. 7 years now he's lived in North London, in Harrow-on-the-Hill. Oh, and Marcoux goes down early. Brian Irwin, much more experienced, takes his time, a little bit steadier. Jimmy Marcoux, believe it or not, this is his 4th ever strongman contest. Did a couple of local ones in London. And got the selectors at the Super Series to get him out here after seeing what he could do. Very impressive. Well, Brian Irwin, however, though, is going to finish this nowhere near Felix's time of 22.14. But Brian isn't so suited to these speed events. He's more of a power guy. Perhaps later on in the contest, in the maximum log, we'll see what Brian can do. Jimmy Marcoux battling for the line. 75 seconds. He might run out of time here. And he does. 34.3 meters. Anybody challenge the impressive time of Mark Felix? Well, Tom Omit of Estonia, 6'5", a giant, up against Mariusz Pudzianowski, the man who is just jet-propelled. And he's got a fair few fans here in Poland as well. So Pudzianowski, muscles rippling, attacking that time of 22 seconds. And he's going round the pole in a time of 10 seconds. A little drop there. It's going to be very tight with Felix here. Tom Omit left in his wake at the back. What's the time going to be? 19.9 seconds. Magnificent time on home soil. And Mariusz is looking chunkier and more powerful than ever. Tom Omit, good time. Just under 40 seconds. He gets over the line.
You're looking heavy as well. You're eating more? Yes, now is 5 kilo more. Every time I have 32, 34, and now 140.
140 kilos, 300 pounds. Wow.
Yes, 140 kilos, 305.
Amazing. Well, you're fast still. You're so fast.
No. It's last year also grass. I have 17.98. Today 19.5. It's not a good time.
You're getting old.
Maybe.
Sebastian Venter of Poland, well, he managed 24.01 seconds. A great time. Following him was Robert Brolin, who couldn't even make the turn, however. Disappointment for the Swede. Ravis Vidzis, normally a great farmer's walker from Latvia, struggled here. So let's have a look at the scores. Confirmation then that Mariusz Pudzianowski, the all-dominant Pole, is on top once again. Join us for more Strongman after this short break.
The Dakar, testing man and machine to the limit. Some mastered it last year, like Luc Alphand and Marc Coma. But 30% of the competitors never even made it to the finish. That's how tough it is. The Dakar, from January 5th on British Eurosport.
Introducing the miracle of Gillette Fusion. 5 blades spaced closer together with less pressure and more comfort. Flip Fusion over, a precision trimmer for those tricky places. The comfort of 5 blades, the precision of 1. Gillette's best shave ever in manual or battery power. New Gillette Fusion.
Chimneys that are warriors. Festivals in the sky. Air you can eat. Every time you discover Catalonia, Catalonia shows you a new way of seeing things. Catalonia, a different point of view, a brilliant view.
Eurosport.co.uk and its brand new European football game. Trade in all the European National League teams and win fantastic prizes. If it's live, it's at Eurosport.co.uk.
Welcome back to the final Grand Prix of the World's Strongest Man Super Series here in Milicz, Poland. We're one event down and, well, no guesses as to who's in the lead. It's the local hero, Mariusz Pudzianowski. So event 2 here is the Viking press, 140 kilos overhead. Sven, how hard is this?
It's very hard, Colin. It's the ultimate test of power in shoulders and explosiveness in your legs. No dipping is allowed. It's just about who can do the most reps.
So, 140 kilos overhead, that's like Mariusz's weight in your arms. This is going to be very hard. Wasn't a great start for Robert Brolin. 7 presses is all he could manage. Jimmy Marku did a little bit better with 12, but would that be enough? Certainly enough to beat Ravis Vidzis. The great Latvian managed just 4. Darren Sadler, impressing everybody, managed 12. Brian Irwin, normally a huge presser, disappointed with 10. Tarmo Mitt, the big Estonian, using his legs well, blasted out 12. Sebastian Venter, the Polish shot putter, showed his power with 16. So, on with the contest, and Slavomir Tojcek, who has the record in this, I must add, at 20. Believe it or not, he's got that drawn with Jarek Dymek. Both of these guys still to come. Look at the rhythm. Hits double figures with 10. Well, it looks like he's not going to stop at all here, like a metronome, just blasting them out. They're not the deepest reps, though. They could be a little lower for my liking. But he's managed 20. This is for the record. 21 repetitions. Goodness me. And he stopped. How can so many Polish athletes be just so good? So, Jaroslav Dymek out now. He's done 20 on this as well. But he's seen that record, which he shared with Tojcek, broken. How can he reply? Last year at the World's Strongest Man contest, he tore his second bicep, however. He's got some nasty scars on the front of his arms. And you wonder, with those months out of training, how it's affected him. 13 repetitions. The great Joka Ahola, our referee today, World's Strongest Man of 97 and 99. Counting them out, 17 reps. Ooh! He goes short of 18. But this has been a very, very impressive recovery from the nasty injury last year. Yaroslav, the comeback, that was amazing.
This was Maisie. Sławek did Maisie because I did 17. The best result on this equipment was 19. He did today 21. He's the king.
Very humble, well done.
Thank you.
Jarek hailing Slavomir as the king. But is this the man to take his crown? Mark Felix of Grenada, now living in Blackburn. 3 lovely little kids who'll be cheering him on from home. He looks rather uncomfortable there. Legs a little too wide apart for my liking. He's not going to get the power from his legs like that. Oh, he's slow. Far too slow. He's using all arms and shoulders here. You really want to blast it up and lock it out. Try and save your arms and their energy. Oh, wow. That just 7 repetitions by my counting. Hugely disappointing for Felix. Well, I guess someone rather famous is coming out. It's the hero, Mariusz Pudzianowski. 3 times world's strongest man. He barely needs any instructions. This man has been there, seen it, and done it. He will knock these out with incredible skill and speed. Goodness me, they're even faster than Tojcek's reps. Well, he's got fans of all sizes and ages, does Mariusz Pudzianowski. 15 reps, slowing down a little bit. 17, so he's drawn with Jarek Dymek. 19 reps. 20, he's equaled the old record. 1 more to equal Slavomir Tojcek's 21. Oh, what a fighter Pudzianowski is.
He's double happy because they beat the record in the international important competition, and he beat Mariusz too. Do you think you can beat Mariusz in this competition overall now?
Tojcek blasts his way to the victory in Viking press. 1 rep ahead of Pudzianowski, and he takes the record. Jarek Dymek sitting down in 3rd. But what does that do to the overall results? Well, Tojcek doesn't quite crush Pudzianowski overall, and Mariusz still sits on top as 4 Poles are in the lead. So event 3 is the medley. You have to lift up these 3 110-kilo sacks, load them up onto here. That's around about 240 pounds in old money, and then sprint over here. And the second half of the medley is this enormous tire, 800 pounds. Sven, what's the trick to this?
Well, Colin, this is a little bit different than a normal tire because there is no room for grip under this tire. You have to get your grip from the treads. It's a big task, but the guys are strong.
The guys are strong, but this tire flip will be rather tiring. Ravis Vidzis battled at it first. 46.25 seconds he managed. Jimmy Marku a little bit slower, not so used to flipping tires on grass. As for Brian Irwin, 62.37 seconds. He finished it, but just. Out then came Mark Felix. 46.74 seconds would be decent. Robert Brolin finished as well, but his fitness caused him problems. Dan, how does the medley suit you?
Suits me well. It's a good fast movement, you know, so a bit more fitness comes into it, so hopefully I can stomp through it, get some points.
What happened in the pressing?
Okay, yeah, I mean, I came 4th, so it was a good, nice explosive event for me, where body weight don't count too much.
Certainly Darren Sadler has been a very impressive part of this competition so far. Pound for pound, so quick. Up against Tarmo Mitt, the giant Estonian. Tarmo weighing in at 150 kilos, that's 330 pounds. So he's got nearly 50% body weight on Sadler, but look at the speed of Darren. Lightning quick. Down to the tyre, and they're both neck and neck. Now, as Sven said, one of the difficulties of these tyres is the treads are such that you can't grab underneath them as you'd like to. Darren getting a little stuck there. Big Tomo, very explosive off the ground for such a tall man. 40.64 seconds for the Estonian. And over with Darren Sadler, 47.37. And that's just outside the time of Felix and Ravis Bidzis. Here's an athlete, Sebastian Venter of Poland. 19 meters 70, he's put in the shot. Jaroslav Dimik of Poland as well. So head to head, two poles, two power poles. Attacking this event, 110 kilos, 240 pounds, thrown about like it's nothing. He's also won the Polish Discus Championships as well, has Sebastian Venter. So tall and long-armed, he can do just about anything. Let's not forget Jarek Dimik, who's in the lead. This man, a former sports teacher, has made the World's Strongest Man finals twice. He's incredibly gymnastic. Over he goes, 33.09. And Jarek Dimik goes into the lead. And a decent time from Venter as well. Probably wanted to go a bit quicker by his standards, but still very fast. The steely face of Mariusz Pudzianowski goes head-to-head with Slavomir Tojcek. Our four poles at the top, and because of that, they get the right to go last. Mariusz just asking for a little bit of quiet. Well, I know who my money's on here, and that's Mariusz Pudzianowski. This man can sprint as fast as a sprinter, and he's up at over 300 pounds in body weight, 140 kilos. Just amazing how quick this guy is. Believe it or not, in his spare time he likes to play rugby. Can you imagine taking a tackle off of this guy? Very quick, chasing the time at 33 seconds. One more flip to go. Surprise, surprise, Pudzianowski is the winner in the medley. Tojcek put in a good effort there, but he'll be just behind Jarek Dimik. Well, he looks a little bit tired, doesn't he, Mariusz? He never likes to show that he's out of breath to the fans. Oh, there's a nice shot. We show the true Mariusz Pudzianowski. He really does have to work for it. He's no machine. But he's punched up another win, and that means overall he goes even further in.